Karibu. Mahojiano ya wawaniaji wa makamishna wa tume ya uchaguzi na mipaka IEBC yanaendelea, huku watu 6 zaidi wakiratibiwa kuhojiwa hii leo. Tayari wawaniaji wawili wamejiondoa kwenye mahojiano hayo. Wanaohojiwa leo ni Mary Karen Chesang Kigen, Njeri Mburu, Melisa Yeko Ng'ania pamoja na Mohamed Adbullahi na vile Mohamed Ahmed Dagane na Mohamed Mahat Sabul. Hem tusikilize.
I'm a leader.
You know, When I say you're a professional, it means a skill that you've been trained, examined, and certified.
I've gone through the Institute of Directors. I have a certification from Institute of Directors as a leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm picking it up from where you told us you are a transformational leader.
Yes.
And not a procedural leader. Now, IEBC has a mandate that is highly procedural. If anything, highly regulated. You can't do anything in IEBC outside the legal framework. So how would you, given an opportunity to be an IEBC commissioner, how would you be able to deliver on the mandate of IEBC if you are not a procedural leader? Thank you.
Banatanui, maybe I didn't express myself well. What I said, or what I would want to clarify, is that I'm not only a procedural leader, because a procedural leader follows strategy, follows plans, and follows the lay down milestones that are going to be achieved in the strategy. I said I'm not only a procedural, I'm also a transformative, because procedural is you do the right thing. You do things right when you're procedural. And that is a mandate I supervise. You do things right. You do the right thing. But
maybe I had it wrongly, but if my memory serves me right, is that I heard you are saying you are not a procedural, but transformative. But let's move on. You've also told us you have financial skills. Now, kindly give us your understanding of the budgeting process at IEBC and what would be the role of commissioners in that process.
The budgetary process of IEBC, I would believe it follows the procedural process of other budgets. Because when you are coming up with a budget, what is a budget? Budget is funding. So you associate all the activities you are going to do to a budget because they'll cost things. If you are planning to carry out an election, the mandate of IEBC is they conduct the elections, they supervise the elections, and each of those have got a cost. So you attribute or you associate each of the costs with the activity, and that is where budgetary comes in. So if I am given a budget is not a figure that is placed on people. It is built up of activities. So you have so many activities. You have risk control. You have technology procurement. You have got human resources. You have training. All those add up into budget. So the budgetary procedure will be, first of all, take stock of what activities are involved. What activities are being carried out by the IEBC. And then you associate each of those activities with a cost. And then how do you come up with the cost? How do you know that it will cost A and not B? because there are people who are financial experts, who are financial analysts, and I was one of that when I was working for USAID. I'll do a desk analysis of if a contractor, for example, I will talk of a very small project I did when I had just joined USAID. And I had just started accounting, and I was put as an analyst, and I was looking at a roads proposal that was scope of work. So first of all, the scope of work it's the one that determines what costs are going to be associated. So if somebody gave us, it will cost 700 million USD, and then it was Juba-Nimure Road. How big is that? I don't know. I've never been in Sudan. So I did a desk. I was required to do a desk audit, and I did my research, market survey, to come up with probable cost of tarmacking a road from Juba to Nimure. And then I look at what is being proposed by the scope of work. And then you tell these people, the people in the technical office who had provided that, is this budget adequate? And that is a work of a procurement. When you are procurement and you have you are doing procurement and you have finance background, you've got to have those at your fingertips. Is it adequate? Does it adequately cover that? Or will I need to go back? And I think the budgetary process have to be very thorough, identifying each of the cost centers. And not only do they swallow the costs, are they going to be inflated? Are we considering things like inflation? Are we looking at if it is traveling to where IEBC have got satellite offices, what are the costs going there?
Thank you. I think that's okay with me and the panel. Thank you, Chair.